So we have a lot of good news about the Fantastic Four. First steps today, we have a lot of new footage, including some great looks at Galactus, some great looks about the set, and we've been hearing a lot about how the movie looks from people who have been seeing these early screenings, and luckily there hasn't been really too much negativity online from the people that have seen the entire movie or the first 30 minutes of the movie at these big events that Marvel is doing right now. But Marvel just released a new video. It's kind of a behind the scenes video that shows us how they built the set, and I gotta say it's really nice to see Marvel Studios kind of go back to this old way of shooting, using scale models for things and making it pretty practical. And that probably has to do with why everybody is saying that the movie actually does look fantastic. And they give us just some really cool shots of the set here that we're going to break down and also talk about what people have been saying about the movie and about how it looks. Now, the first thing that Matt Shakman, the director, says is that the Fantastic Four were created in the 60s and it was a time of optimism, of looking to the stars. So not only are they recreating the original Fantastic Four comics, not just stories, but how they looked, but they're also trying to capture the feeling of that optimism as well. And I think they do a really good job with that based on the trailers that we've seen. The Fantastic Four really were the heroes of the Earth before they were even superheroes, because they were advancing and moving forward Earth in such amazing ways. And that's why he says they're doing their own version in this retro future world, because it's moved forward faster than the Avengers universe, the 616 universe, because as far as we know, we don't have a Reed Richards. In fact, the director actually said if the Fantastic Four were in our main 616 universe, then the problems that the Avengers had, we probably wouldn't have had, because Reed would have taken care of it, including Thanos. So Reed is the smartest man alive. We don't have him in our universe, but this other universe does, so they've moved forward in time and progressed a lot quicker than ours has. But one of the first things that they show us is the inside of the Fantastic Four ship, and look at this. It's all practical. It's all real. Look how amazing this looks. It's so much better than just filming this with a CGI background and them standing on a stage. You can just see all the little details in this scene right here. This is kind of the bridge. We can see the table right there, and down the steps, I believe, is where Ben flies the ship. And on the left there, I think that's where Johnny shoots his cannons. And we've already seen a brief clip of that where the Fantastic Four are trying to run away from Galactus and the Silver Surfer. And Ben says, "Quit playing around." And Johnny says, "I don't tell you how to fly the ship, don't tell me how to kill sexy aliens," because we know that Johnny's gonna flirt with the Silver Surfer. We've seen that as well. Now, getting into Galactus, I absolutely love what we have seen in this footage that they just gave us, because they really do show how large he is. They show him walking by a building and just kind of his arm swinging hit the building, and he just tears that building apart like it's nothing. It could be just his arm swinging and he's very confined walking in the streets of New York, or it kind of looks like he might have hit this building on purpose, causing damage on purpose to get the Fantastic Four to come out with Franklin, because we know that's why he's there on Earth. He wants the son of Reed and Sue, Franklin Richards, who is one of the most powerful characters ever created in Marvel history. And based on what we've heard, the reports and the rumors, he wants him because apparently Franklin is the solution for Galactus to hunger no more. Whether that is Franklin replacing Galactus as the devourer of worlds, or perhaps creating universes for him to devour, we'll have to wait and see. It's probably to replace him though, because even in the Fantastic Four First Steps trailer, the Silver Surfer says that he's a universal constant, and in the comics they say Galactus is essential for the balance of the universe. So there needs to be a Galactus, and Franklin Richards actually does become Galactus at one point in time in the comics. But as you can see from this footage, they say that they took a practical approach to Galactus as well, and I think the end results, the few that we've seen so far just from the trailers that they've given us, have already started to speak for themselves. I think he looks amazing so far, and we haven't even fully seen him. I do like that they haven't fully revealed his face. They've teased us a little bit. We've seen his eyes light up, we've seen the side of his face, but never kind of the complete package yet. We haven't seen just Galactus fully revealed from the front. And I will say, coming out of Superman and going into the Fantastic Four, it does really seem like colorful superheroes are back, which I personally enjoy because I think they feel different and I think they do feel more comic booky. They feel to me more like comic books come to life. Not to say that darker grading doesn't have its place, because it absolutely does. I absolutely loved Man of Steel, but I do like the direction that we're going here. And speaking of that, let's talk about what people have said about the Fantastic Four First Steps. And here's something that we've heard that makes me feel pretty confident about this movie. One person who saw the movie and reported about it also said this interesting tidbit. They stated it was apparently the most test screened of any Marvel film. They worked hard fine-tuning it, and it apparently works very well. And yes, Galactus and his ship will please all us Kirby fans. I love how Franklin Richards plays into this story. Then the insider viewer Anon, who has had some scoops confirmed lately, said, so I followed up on this and heard back from a couple people who've also seen the final cut of the Fantastic Four, and yeah, I heard pretty much the same thing. Everybody seems to really like it, notably even those that aren't big comic book fans. Another person said, so my buddy in distribution saw Fantastic Four today, loved it. The film is completely self-contained in its own universe. The opening 10 minutes will leave comic readers with a huge smile on their faces. All the casts were great, and he reluctantly admitted, Pedro is Reed. So one thing that we're hearing is that Pedro Pascal is actually great as Reed Richards, and the CGI that they do use does look really, really good, because obviously you can't have everything be practical. You can't have Reed Richards actually stretching. There has to be some CGI involved in this, clearly. And I will say what we've seen of Reed stretching so far, albeit it hasn't been a ton, has looked really good. And I absolutely love how the Invisible Woman uses her powers. And the practicality of the Thing looks amazing. Johnny looks amazing. This set looks amazing. And actually, if you take a look at Herbie here, he is a real robot. They went fully practical for Herbie, and they basically state in this trailer, in this behind the scenes here, everything that we see Herbie do on screen, he's pretty much actually doing in real life. And I think that's a really big thing, that they're using very real and practical sets and set pieces for everything, because that helps it feel more real, which brings us and draws us into the movie even more, because bad CGI can take you out of a movie real quick and turn you off. I remember in Captain America Brave New World, although I did like the movie, there were some scenes where instead of listening to the dialogue, I went, oh my gosh, the CGI is so bad right there. It just completely took me out of the moment. However, everything that we've seen so far for the Fantastic Four First Steps looks amazing. Herbie looks amazing. The set pieces look amazing. All of the Fantastic Four members look incredible. And now that we're seeing Galactus a bit more, he looks awesome. And I will say he's actually the one thing that people have said doesn't really pop that much color-wise. He is the colors he's supposed to be, but the purple on him is a darker scaled purple. But so far, after seeing him, especially after seeing him in this trailer go to the Fantastic Four's headquarters there, I really don't have any complaints or worries so far, especially after we're getting so many reports that the CGI is great. And I do love hearing that Pedro Pascal is great as Reed Richards, because that is something that a lot of people have been on the fence about. And we know where Galactus is going in this scene. He's looking for Franklin. We've seen that concept art of Galactus's face literally looking inside the Baxter building. So we're a week away from the Fantastic Four First Steps. They've given us a lot so far. What do you think? Are you excited? Are you going to see it or not? Let us know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date on the latest Marvel news. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.